Hilda? Okay. Oh my goodness, you probably have very high standards. T, so do I have any 1 stars? Nope, okay. Whatever, I'll give you the basic.
Wow, thanks for inviting me.
Yeah, sure, you're in my class and all.
Oh, wow, thanks. Yep.
Courtyard couple. Oh my goodness. It's like so scandalous.
Yep.
I feel like she'd like compliments. Yep.
Wow.
You're like so good at what you do, Hilda. Oh my goodness.
Huh?
I don't know. Is she into children? I have never got that impression from her, but she might be. I don't know, first meeting. All nostalgic. Oh my goodness, you were so cool back then too, weren't you?
No matter what happens in this crazy world, I know I'll be safe if I stay by your side.
Well, that's forward. Laugh! Oh, okay, it sounds like the wrong one. Sure, she likes compliments. No?
I think.
Come on! I probably said something like...
Thanks for the tea. I hope you'll invite me again.
I probably said something like, oh, you're good too. You'll be fine even if you're on your own. And the charm went up for some reason. Fantastic. Okay. What have we got? Battle-wise, I'm curious. Okay, it seems like we probably lost that one. To oh wow, that's quite a variance in range. Huh. Whispers of the Death Knight. Ooh, okay. Something's attacking people in the forest of... Okay. I'll do those this month at the very least. And I will probably reload a save and go to Hilda's at the very least. Just for the sake of doing it. Outside of that, we do have some more supports. Not many, so let's just continue on with it.
Lysithea, it's no good for you to expose yourself to such strong sunlight.
Why does it feel like Lawrence is the biggest player and he's getting the most female A-rates? It feels like it. I should check after this.
And a chill could steal upon you at any moment. You really ought to have worn a mantle. You have been running yourself absolutely ragged. Would you please consider taking some rest?
Enough is enough. I am fully aware. Now, stop following me.
I'm only concerned for your health.
That's great and all, but I feel fine today, and I'm perfectly capable of caring for myself. I don't have time to take a rest. I'm overloaded with work, and I have less time than everyone else.
So one thing that's been unclear. Is Lysithea's condition actually something that reduces her lifespan? Or is it something that reduces her constitution? So the chances of her getting over something, like say a sickness, is much lower than the typical person.
I just want to do my own thing. Bring order to the Alliance and put my parents' minds at ease.
No need to rush. How can you be so certain your lifespan is shortened anyway? I do not know who decided that, but consider me skeptical. If you are healthy now, and if you take proper care of yourself, you ought to live just as long as anyone else.
That's all well and good, but those vitamin-packed sweets you brought tasted weird.
Oh my goodness.
If you want a healthy body, then you need to start with what you eat.
Vitamin-packed sweets. I hope he told her before she took a bite.
You have a point, but those health sweets are gross.
I sent for the finest in wholesome, healthy treats for you. I asked only for the very sweetest.
That was pretty nice of you. I'm sorry, Lawrence. Thank you for being so thoughtful. Still, I don't need bushels and bushels of them. Gaining a ton of weight won't exactly lengthen my lifespan either. I mean, I like to be able to hang out with you as much as possible, and for as long as possible.
Truly? Oh, I'm so glad. I feel the same. Even in an otherwise perfect future, I still cannot see a happy life for myself without you in it. In fact, the more time we spend together, the more essential to me you become.
Wow, this is really out there. I know there was some in Crimson Flower that was just like, really just like, wow, you basically went all the way there. This is one of those, I suppose.
So let us walk, side by side, toward a future together.
Yikes! Keep it down, will you?
Why are you flustered? What is there to be embarrassed about? You know I will always care for you.
Okay, noted. Will you just calm down already?
You need not worry about a thing. I will look after you no matter what may come. After all, the future of Fodlan rests upon my shoulders, does it not?
Fun.
I won't give up on myself either. Thanks for caring, Lawrence.
Oh my goodness. She wasn't exactly refuting it, but that was interesting. At the very least.
You're not a teacher anymore, and we're not your students, but everyone still calls you Professor. Is there something you'd rather be called?
Oh, nah, Professor's fine. You guys are my students. Till the end.
Guess that's what we're used to, huh? Alright.
Sure. Whoa, what the hell? What the hell did that? Okay, editing echo, show that. Show whatever the fuck happened there, because it only happened for like a moment.
Hey!
And through the door, too. Okay, fantastic. What a beautiful, beautiful game.
Professor? Greetings, Professor! Nothing to report. Is everyone setting out on a big campaign? Not exactly. Ah, so you're meeting up with the reinforcements. Well, you can leave guarding this place to me. I'll keep an eye out for anything suspicious.
Yeah, we're taking a lot longer to get started properly than we did in Crimson Flower. We're still just basically setting up. When we went to war basically right away in Crimson Flower.
Really now?
Can you help me?
I'm Iron Merchant. Recover Commerce. Okay. I believe I had this in Crimson Flower too. I don't really remember much about it, but okay.
To the north of Garreg Mach lie the territories of the Karen and Galatea houses, former lords of the kingdom. Even though their territory is being nibbled at by the Empire, they are still clinging to their neutrality. Since they only display enough force to defend their borders, I suppose the Empire has no incentive to attack them with any real strength.
Not while they're worried about other stuff, I suppose. Makes sense enough.
I see.
Deeper and deeper.
No, I'd never have been recognized as the legitimate heir to House Regan without Judith's recommendation. Feels like I'm digging myself deeper and deeper in debt to the hero of Daphnel, but what do? It's all been worth it. After all, we need the Daphnel army for our next move. It's possible we'll have to deal with our enemy sooner than later. Be prepared, Teach.
So what's she an actual hero for? What'd she do? I feel like I haven't heard that aspect of any of it. I've heard about I might have. If I did, I don't remember, basically. Oh, hey, Hilda, you have a... Oh, the supply thing, probably, yeah.
My big brother told me stories of Judith's bravery. With just one look, she tamed a runaway horse that nobody else had been able to touch. When an Almiran general provoked her, she talked him into a tearful apology. She's spectacular. I wish she'd fight alongside us.
Okay. So she has a laundry list of accomplishments.
Excuse me, could you do me a favor?
Got it. Got it.
ALL, the Valley of Torment, lies on the border of 3 noble territories. The kingdom's Fraldarius and Galatea families, and the Alliance's Daphnel family. In the Fraldarius lands to the north, the former Kingdom Army and New Duke's Army are fighting.
Okay. Interesting. Well, that's good to know. I'm guessing... I'm not sure if that's... I still don't remember. I guess I'll see it when I, edit that portion. I still haven't edited up to that in the actual, series. I have like...
The bridge that links Alliance and Empire lands is currently under the occupation of the Imperial Army.
Oh, they were successful. Good job them, I guess. But yeah, I still have like most of part 2, part 1 of this, and then what I've done in this so far to edit, so...
In other words, the Empire can choose to invade the Alliance whenever they wish. I want you to understand that my father does not support the Empire to antagonize House Regan. He does it to deprive them of an easy excuse to cross that bridge.
I'd be interested to hear what the Empire's actually trying to achieve at the given moment, strategically.
What?
With, like, their own army, because it doesn't sound like they're fighting the Alliance, and it doesn't sound like they're fighting the Kingdom, either. More mopping up, after effects and whatnot.
Right.
Afterthoughts.
Professor, how do Claude and Judith know each other? I hear there are still quarrels within the Alliance. This generous offer of soldiers and supplies seems a little too good to be true. I mean, it's also really impressive, but I'm just a little worried, I suppose.
Fair enough. Fair enough, fair enough. That is a good perspective. No one's really doubted it yet, so...
No.
Hey, look at you in line for food. Of course you are.
Sharing her food with us for nothing in return? Judith really is a great person. She's more like a goddess than the goddess is.
She is very much like a goddess. Comparative to the actual goddess, sure, why not?
I never met her, so I don't know for sure. But she must be beautiful and kind.
Well, I'm sure you'll love her.
It seems Aryan Road, one of the kingdom's sturdiest fortress cities, has fallen to the Empire. It looks like Count Rowe didn't resist and switched sides to the Empire straight away.
Really?
I guess it did avoid unnecessary bloodshed, so maybe it was a wise decision after all.
Okay.
Even though we're getting reinforcements, we should still be prepared for the worst. Never shirk your training, no matter what. To practice, I'm going to chop something up with my sword. Unless you'd like to train together. Care to spar?
Sounds fun enough. For an axe user to train with a sword, sounds like a fantastic idea. One note from, looks like Leonie. My hair's longer than it used to be. I don't care much about what guys think, but I'm so curious if it looks good on me. It looks better long, and I think that's generally true for most girls, I gotta be honest. Yeah. I'll just generally stand by that premise. Typically, girls look better with longer hair.
Meeting reinforcements in the Valley of Torment seems an astute decision to me. In that land of oppressive heat, it is unlikely that we will be disturbed. It also means we will need to contend with those harsh conditions ourselves, however. Best ensure we are well prepared.
Good point. If we get ambushed, that'll be interesting to see how they account for it as part of the actual battle conditions.
Hey, you. Oh, it has been only 5 years, yet so much has changed. Half of the kingdom has fallen to the Empire. Skirmishes are rife throughout the Alliance. Despite such tumult, we look upon the same sky, unchanged by the storm happening beneath it.
It's true. There are many things that didn't change. Because the world is small in comparison to a lot of our struggles here.
Indeed. I gazed up at this same sky with Mother and Father. It does not feel so long ago at all. Wait, but how would you know, Professor?
Common sense, technically. I don't really think I was referring to what you were saying, though, so don't think too much about it.
I believe it. The Valley of Torment. I'd heard of it, but I never expected to go there. It's exciting. I wonder what the landscape is like.
It sounds painful.
That is an interesting point. The name does seem to suggest that.
Like, just at its core, it's like the entire point of it is like, you don't want to be here.
We may not be students anymore, but it's still important to read. We might even learn something that's useful for our next battle.
Alright, studying is important. I say as I haven't really, like, read stuff outside of what I need for my job and whatnot. Just to learn stuff for quite some time, honestly. It's been a while. I suppose.
I couldn't agree more. I hope the Officers' Academy reopens when the war's over. It's a shame the monastery was ruined, but at least the books are still intact.
Yeah, all the hand-picked books that... If I'm the head of this, I am so revoking all that shit.
Believe it.
All that shit.
With the Fargus dukedom in place, the kingdom is essentially no more. The majority of the lords who once belonged to the kingdom are now under the jurisdiction of the Empire. Even the houses that haven't bent a knee yet, like House Fraldarius, will soon be crushed. It's only a matter of time.
I'm sure Felix is having the time of his damn life.
I didn't think we'd end up fighting Randolph. He's my uncle. Well, not by blood, so I guess I can handle it.
You're very... No. It's not a matter of handling it or not. If you don't want to, I won't make you, like I sort of did last time, but you know.
Don't worry about me. I'm ready for anything.
Okay. I'll trust you on that for now. See how that goes. I still don't know exactly when I want to, do anything with all, this, but with all these that I have here. I want to do stuff with them at some point. Same as before, handles people's weaknesses, that sort of thing. But the charm ones, I'm just gonna stack on Happy, because by and far, she's probably going to gain the most out of having that. Admittedly, I haven't used a sword dance in a while, so I probably should. I probably should. 32 now. Yeah. Woo. Hell yeah.
Hey you, listen up. I've got something to report.
Really?
Remember that battle 5 years ago? Oh, I'm guessing you do.
Probably.
Anyway, remember that knight who watched over Abyss with me for a while?
Sure.
He said he was going to check on things up top, but that he'd return. Thing is, I haven't seen him since. Lots of knights have returned, but not him. I hope he's safe.
That's a fair worry, especially in this world.
Pardon?
Oh, you guys know, Judith then?
So, Judith is on our side now. That right? Haven't seen that lady in years. These days, people call her a hero. Back then, I just called her a catch and a half.
You two weren't friends, were you?
If only. No, I was a kid at the time. But she still managed to catch my eye. She was the second loveliest lady in all of Fodlan. Who's the first, you ask? That's my little secret.
Your mother? Probably your mother.
So you intend to march into ALL? Frankly, I want no part of it. Surely such an uneventful journey won't require my presence.
Well, I wasn't planning to take you anyway, so you're gonna stay here.
And miss my share of the glory? Unacceptable. Though I would ask that we at least consider marching only under cover of night.
Well, if they're forming up there, that means they're just gonna be sitting there all day, basically. I suppose that's better than marching in that condition, I suppose.
If it is your wish. Everything is within your grasp. 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 Everything is with... Come back soon now.
The Valley of Torment, huh? I see your angle, but don't let your guard down. Any movement about their borders, and the lords of the kingdom will react swiftly. Don't underestimate them. Keep your focus on a positive outcome. There's a lot to gain and a lot to lose.
True. Very good point. The fact that we're making ourselves vulnerable under the cover, or at least under the pretense of safety, means if someone notices, they could very well act on it, just like, you know, exactly what we saw someone, you know, potentially spying on us with, might be doing.
The Valley of Torment. Isn't that the place where it's scorching hot year-round? You know, I've always wanted to see the world. That's why I left my village. And here I am, traveling to all these interesting new places to kill people. Not what I had in mind. Maybe I'll find some time to admire the scenery. Though people might get mad I'm not taking this silly war seriously. Oops, that was close. Almost sighed.
I have a hard time saying that you do not have very, 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 very legitimate taste on everything there.
What do you require? Now let me see. Marvelous. This one should be proud of. Now let me see. Marvelous. This one should be proud. Now let me see. Marvelous. This one should be proud. Now let me see. I expect much from this one. Yeah, now let me see. Marvelous. This one should be proud. Now let me see. Marvelous. This one should be proud. Now let me see. Marvelous. This one should be proud of. Now let me see. Marvelous. This one should be proud. Now let me see. Marvelous. This one should be proud of. Now let me see. I expect much from this one. Now let me see. Marvelous. This one should be proud of their. Now let me see. Marvelous. This one should be proud of their growth. Now let me see. Marvelous. This one should be proud of their growth. Now let me see. Marvelous. This one should be proud of their. Fare thee well.
Always interesting to see what he thinks at the very least.
Yep. I like this.
Smaller.
Excuse me. Seconds? We only just started eating.
Eating alone is simple days like in the Fraldar.
Valley of Torment. Valley of Torment.
Almost miss you. I chant some sort of curse? Probably not.
No. I'm trying to remember the legends surrounding ALL.
I'm sure it will be fantastic, whatever it is. Everyone will be very happy once they get to do that.
I'm getting...
I hope this song reaches the goddess's ears.
Singing with...
Okay. And that's a week. Let's go. We only have 2 of these, so I should only need the motivation I got there anyway. So, construct manually. Sure. Same as usual.
You This was...
Okay, so this time the main thing I did was I went through the people who still needed master classes, and I decided if they're like 1 stage away and they're really early on, I'm starting to move them off of training for then. I feel like I'm getting to the point where I'm going to get to level 30 soon enough then. If I'm going to take them to a master class, either I'm going to wait until I pass it, rather than trying to train something up just for the sake of that, or I'm going to pass it sooner or later, basically. So I'm basically focusing all these people on stuff that I'm actually planning to let them use, because a number of them are not actually using those skills outside of anything but certifications. Like, people who are using lances and they're going to Mortal Savant or Wyvern Lord or something like that. I kept them learning stuff that's still good for them, that would be good for certification later. But a lot of them are like a full stage away. Very few of them are like most of the way. They're like under a third for most of them on those. So I'm getting so close to level 30 that's just like...
I'd like to confirm something with you.
Fishing is what truly calms me. Okay. But it's time consuming. What do you think I should do when a visit to the pond is too inconvenient? Well, y'all like writing stuff, right? So write a story, right?
That seems reasonable.
Yeah, that's like your other hobby, right?
Let's just get through this.
Wish us luck. We're gonna need it.
Oh no, monsters!
I guess that's that.
Oh well. I'm not really doing it for the results, I'm doing it to try to get some training in. Oh, also, I'm trying to get some of the adjutant guys on
More
flying.
cards from my sleeve.
Simply because if they're on a flying class, then they can adjutant with anyone, basically. And that's a notable deal.
Could be useful.
Let's put this to the test.
Well worth the effort.
I've come too far to stop now.
Da-da-da. Okay. Fight next week. 2 battles next week. Part of the problem with having a bunch of extra people is that there's a lot of people that want to be part of the seminar, but I don't want to use them in battle. It's unfortunate that I can't just, you know, pick and choose for some of them. Yeah, that's probably the best one across the board. A lot of people could stand to get their reason up. A meal in particular.
I think I've got the idea.
Oh, you didn't have that yet. Oh, right.
Well worth the effort.
Because I wasn't doing anything with her faith, basically.
I've come too far to stop now.
I was intentionally not doing anything with her faith, and I didn't even do this for her faith stuff, so... I basically just had her faith high enough to get her in the classes I needed to, and I'm pretty sure it was not me doing anything specific. Yep, manual again.
Thanks. I'll get...
Thank you. Yeah.
Can't.
Go on.
Seem...
Okay. That's good for the week.
Professor.
At this point, you think they would have learned. You think they would have learned. Yes, you do.
Pretty good job, if you ask me.
Okay. That's better this time. Good, good, good.
Seems my practice is...
Practice makes perfect.
Okay. Time for fight time. Pretty sure we should be perfectly okay on most fronts. So I think because there's only 2 of them at the moment, I think I'm just gonna hold back on only do one of these a month unless more pop up next month. So for now, otherwise just do the standard one here. Ooh, well this one's a big difference. A bunch of monsters basically. Oh, this should be simple enough, knowing how this typically works. Okay, let's just start right here. Okay, let's go.
Shall we?
I believe I can do more.
I feel my strength building.
Our power is yours. Am I getting closer?
Okay. Well, at least this isn't like a million flying units again. Oh, that was fun that time. But it's very similar to the other one that I had. There aren't very many archer units or flying units, so... yeah, I basically just need to funnel them all here. And that will be really easy for this. Okay. I think it should be similarly straightforward.
Yep, I'm stronger now.
I'm your girl.
Wait, that's it?
Yeah. Yeah, that ain't good at all.
Let's make this...
I don't know what happened.
Me neither.
Predictable success.
Come so close. More battles means more strength. Too easy.
Yeah, he's at 30, but he still has a long way, and Brawl Avoid is important for what I want on him, so... So I need to focus on being able to, have him actually master his class before going to Master Class. At the very least.
Piece of cake.
Okay, maybe I shouldn't use him as an evasion tank at the moment because he's sort of just blasting through
More
them.
battles means more strength.
Oh my.
A bit disappointed.
Don't care. Just getting magic up is an upside to me. For once.
Whatever gets me by.
Okay. That doesn't matter in the slightest. Man, she has high magic, though.
Grown marginally stronger.
I feel like a lot of my characters are just, like, not really progressing in strength or, magic in the way they need to in order to be strong by the end game. Yeah. Maybe that's just me, though. It seems like they're plenty good at the moment, but man, I guess Fiendish Blow and Devilish, whatever the two blows were, Death Blow and Fiendish Blow, have been making up for a lot of that stuff, I suppose. Especially with double hits and high speed, that sort of thing. Okay, I feel like that's a good place for me to end it just for today. I just don't feel like going into a story-related battle at the moment. So next time I'll do Hilda's, one of those paralogs, and go into the story battle for the chapter. So, I'll see you all next time. Drive safely, everyone. And hello, and welcome back to Fire Emblem Three Houses Golden Deer Edition. So, as an FYI, it's been a little itty bit of time since I've last recorded. The reason why is fairly simple. Did you know that the base Switch storage capacity is about half a gigabyte bigger than having Fire Emblem plus DLC plus Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition on it at the same time? It's about a half a gigabyte smaller than you need to do that. So basically, it's been about 3 months since I last recorded this, and that is mostly for being such a long hiatus, due to Xenoblade Chronicles. I was just recording that, and I was like, I want to finish the main game on that before coming back to this. I still need to go do the epilogue for that, but it's been a while. So forgive me if I've forgotten how to play the game. I'm pretty sure this is the last thing I was doing, where I wanted to come back and do that paralogue I thought I'd be able to do later, but I wasn't able to do later because I didn't even think about the probably necessity with that time limit to actually have zero, basically. And yeah, so forgive me if I don't remember how to play the game, and forgive me because I don't really remember what I remember, and I don't remember about the story at this point. It'll come to me. It'll come to me. So this is the last chapter, so...
Hey, Professor. I might have to go back home for a little while.
Is there some kind of emergency?
Well, that's one way of putting it.
I suppose.
The Almiran forces are causing trouble at Fodlan's Locket. Oh, do you know where that is?
Yes, technically, yes.
Well, the mountain range that separates the Alliance from Almira is called Fodlan's Throat. There's a fortress right on top of the throat, and they call that Fodlan's Locket.
So, you're going to help defend it?
Well, yeah, you could say that. I'm sure my brother would be able to handle them on his own. But he said he really wants me to help out. I guess he's a bit tired out from all his hard work. Anyway, our dad's not as sprightly as he used to be. He's not up for a fight. Apparently it would look bad if we left it to the retainers.
So you're going for the sake of appearances, ultimately? Okay. If that's ultimately the real reason you're going.
I really don't want to go, but I guess I have to.
Hey, Hilda. I wasn't trying to eavesdrop, but I heard you talking.
Hmm? Oh, what's up, Cyril?
You're gonna fight the Almirans, yeah?
Yes, but it's nothing you need to worry about, Cyril.
It's not that. I was just wondering if maybe I could go along with you.
But you'd be fighting people from your homeland. Do you really want to do that?
none of them would remember me anyway. It's just that I got captured in the battle at the Locket, and that's how I ended up here. So I'm kinda worried that other kids who lose their folks might not be so lucky.
Wait, what? You got captured? Why were you part of like the enemy army?
Before Lady Rhea took me in, I had a real hard time as a servant of House Goneril.
I'm sorry to hear that, but it's not like I'll go around snapping up Almiran children.
That's good, but I want to see things for myself, so I know that everything's okay.
Wait, what was the button? That's the button. I got captured in the battle at the Locket. It's a fortress in the middle of a mountain range. It's not like people are living there. So you'd have to have come with the army to get captured. Is this a weird... This feels like this might be a weird translation thing where what they really mean to say is that he, like, lost his parents there and he ended up, you know, in Fodlan because of stuff revolving around that.
Well then, let's go together. Oh, would you want to join us, Professor? My brother will be there, but I'm a little scared about fighting all those fierce Almirans.
If you could come too, it'd be really great. We'd all feel way safer if you did.
Great! I know we'll be okay if you're there. Let's head out right away.
I'll go and get ready too.
Rather than the Locket itself? What do you mean?
I got this.
Ready when you are.
Leave it to me. We did it somehow! Cyril, Professor, thank you.
You bet.
I'm gonna drop by my family's estate and complain to my brother a bit. You two should head back.
They aren't really trying to cross Fodlan's throat. I'm not saying they're not serious, but fights like this one aren't really invasions.
Well, they have some sort of motivation, no? They're trying to achieve something.
They just start fights like this sometimes. It's so they can show off how strong they are. I think it's pretty dumb. I mean, people are getting killed. And why? So some guy can think he's tough? After every fight, they do a big feast and everybody eats and dances and there's music. It's supposed to honor the dead, but I figure they just like to make noise. I think they're all idiots, but if I'm real honest, it wasn't the worst way to live life.
Interesting. So, what you're saying is that it's just a show of power? Is it politically motivated? It sort of sounds like it might be, but especially if it's so culturally entwined.
Nah, I'm where I belong now, and I don't really like Almira. If they want to show how tough they are, then they ought to look after kids who've lost their parents.
Zero, I'm not saying that they shouldn't be looking after orphans and whatnot, but I'm not really sure that's quite toughness. Bravery, maybe. No, not even real. Dependability. There are other words that describe it.
Whew, I'm tired. Professor, Cyril, thanks for all your help.
You get a chance to see your brother?
I did, though I think I'd be better off otherwise. He was horribly ill, for one thing. He looked so pale and haggard. Apparently, he'd eaten a bad mushroom before the battle, and it made him horribly sick. What an idiot. Anyway, when I told him we'd handled the Almiran situation, he was just gushing with praise. I tried telling him that it wasn't all me, but he didn't even listen. That did feel pretty good, I'll admit, but then things got awkward. He started trying to pawn off his whole inheritance. I told him I wanted none of it.
Eventually, he settled for foisting this thing on me. Do you know what it is?
Is there a chance he was still high on the mushroom? Is it a poisonous mushroom, or was he high on it? Or both? Poisonous and you're tripping. Oh, that would be the worst, wouldn't it? I'm totally making that headcanon at the very least. Same thing that happened with the Edelgard one, in my head. Weren't you glad to get praise from your brother?
One heck of an axe. He gave it to you?
Yes. It's a magic axe called Freikugel. It's the hero's relic of House Goneril.
Really?
He said that I should have it, since the crest I bear will allow me to wield it. He was so insistent I eventually relented. But I don't think I can be responsible for something so precious.
What was he trying? Was he just trying to give you a gift, or was he trying to get you to take over the family business?
Hey, Professor, why don't you take it instead?
Oh!
Heroes' relics contain terrifying power. They're beyond the capabilities of a novice like me.
Oh, damn it, I should have done this.
You're the only person I trust to take care of it. Please, help me out here.
Oh, I didn't think she'd get a relic. Whatever. Whatever, she has plenty of good axes in my timeline, too.
I honestly didn't know what I was going to do with this thing. A big, scary axe is not my style. Plus, look closely. Parts of the axe are pulsating, like it's alive. How gross is that? But I'll use it if you tell me to, Professor. Or you could get somebody else to wield it if you like. It's all up to you now.
Why me? At this point, it's like, sure, you trust me, but I'm still your professor. It's your family relic.
That Hilda, she really is
Oh,
something.
no, I get it. With great power comes great responsibility, and she's like, no, thank you, that responsibility. I get it. Well, if you really think it's necessary.